Alright guys, so I'm going to try and get as much of the carbon plenum install on video as I can for you guys. I'm actually going to be adding some type of sealant along here, probably like an anaerobic gasket maker, because it's easy to clean off. Not like silicone, it won't actually like glue it to this. So those are anaerobic. For those who don't know, anaerobic gasket maker is like intended for things that will be removed more frequently than like a RTV when you use an oil pan. It's not intended to come off, you know, for over 100,000 miles. So first steps first, I actually have some RTV though, silicone on all of these the trumpets that bounce to the base plate, so it does seal here. I'm going to be drilling a inlet for my intake air temperature sensor, and then tightening that up so then I can plug that in and get an accurate IET reading. And then we'll be setting this inside the throttles. Right now these wiggle a little bit, so I have some room to kind of get them to sit where I want them to, and then I'll tighten them up so that they're easy to install back into the ITBs. So for now, let's drill that hole. Intake air temperature sensor installed. It's going to be at the the back of the plenum, because that's going to be like where your hottest temperature reading is going to be. Up here is going to get more of the colder air, so this will give you, you know, like your worst case scenario of your IITs, which is what you want, because you don't want to be like, oh man, I'm getting 128 degrees. The sensor's up here, but back here is picking up 147 or whatever. That does happen often. You know, what I'm doing here is tightening up the clamps that hold the trumpets into the throttles. So I'm putting a little pressure downward on it so that the inside seal sits up flush with the bottom of the trumpet. So it's got a nice good airtight seal. I went ahead and I'm running top mount injectors on my kit. The kit does support the factory location injectors and the factory fuel rails, but I went with top mount due to there being some research behind top mount injectors making a little bit more horsepower. The wheels are on there nice and tight. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my anaerobic gasket sealer and just do a really thin layer all the way around the plenum here. And then we'll bolt the plenum on. It's real easy to get to all these bolts without the fuel rails on. So before I do that, actually, I'll go ahead and plug in my intake air temperature sensor before I forget. So this is the stuff I was talking about. Anaerobic gasket maker made by Permatex. I've learned about this stuff actually when I was in my VQ stuff with Still and Superchargers, and they have it on the plenum on the upper part. So I know it's good with two machine surfaces and boost, so this should be sufficient for naturally aspirated applications. More than sufficient, I should say. Super thin layer all the way around. Easy to clean this stuff off too, even after it's been used and heat cycled and everything. So that's my recommendation. You don't need to do this if you're tuning like I am Alpha N which is TPS only, you're not running like a mass airflow sensor or anything, then you wouldn't need to do this. But if you do plan on running a mass airflow sensor, I'd recommend putting some type of sealant, because it is just like a carbon fiber plate butted up to this machine plate here. So let's go ahead and get the carbon plenum bolted on there before that stuff starts drying. I just realized I filmed most of that with the manual exposure, and I didn't turn the night mode on and stuff like that, so it got kind of dark. But all bolted on now. Got all the trumpet bolts, all the plenum bolts, and all the trumpet clamp bolts tightened up. So now I'm just going to throw my fuel rail back on. Put a little tape over these guys for right now, just because it's car's outside. And then when my 3.5-inch piping kit comes in, we'll make some custom intakes for it and see how it looks. See, you can still have a race car and babies and hella kids and shit. Just gotta be broke all the time.
Better not post that shit.
This is my YouTube video.
No. Arms are massive right now.
No, shut up. Massive my ass. I'm doing mass resistance. No, I'm just kidding. No shit, damn it. I gotta bleep that out now. Anyways, that's it. All installed. Next up will be custom intakes.